In this video, we'll be looking at another pair of famous mother-daughter supermodel duo. We have today the most incredibly popular and talented Cindy Crawford and her not-so-new-to-the-modeling field daughter Kaia Gerber, who does definitely give a glimpse of her mom's olden days through her actions now. Surely you must have heard of Baby Gia of the 90s, right? Cindy Crawford got the name due to her striking resemblance with Gia Carangi, who was a top model in the 80s. Stay tight with us to know more about her. A model, actress, and a television personality, she gained popularity in the 80s and 90s due to her continuous presence on many magazine covers as well as great amounts of fashion shows and runways. She stepped into acting as well as expanded her horizon to business as well subsequently. Born in the small town of DeKalb, Illinois on February 20, 1966 as the daughter of Dan Crawford and Jennifer Sue Crawford Moloff, she had two sisters, Chris and Danielle, and also had a brother Jeffrey who died at a young age of 3 due to leukemia. She thought she was of English and German descent until she appeared on an episode of Who Do You Think You Are and discovered her surprising inheritance of European nobility as well. Her first interaction with modeling happened during her sophomore year at high school when she got a call from a local clothing store regarding some modeling work, but it was just a prank by two of her classmates. However, as destiny always has its way, the next year a store hired some high school girls, which included Crawford as well, to work for them. A bonus inclusion was a fashion shoot as well. When she was in her junior year, she found herself an opportunity when a local photographer, Roger Legal, was assigned to find a college girl every week and manage her photo shoot for a popular weekly magazine. He had approached her once and asked her to be his muse, resulting in the successful completion of her first photo shoot. It gave her back a good feedback and positive reviews overall, and hence she decided to take up modeling. Her first job was with a small modeling agency, which later sold to the then famous Elite Model Management. She did exceptionally well there and even made it to the Elite's Look of the Year contest and reached the finals just at the young age of 17, even with little to no experience. She was a true role model as she was a jack of all trades. She graduated high school in 1984 as valedictorian, which was tough even for a normal student with no extracurricular activities. The amount of work she must have put in is definitely commendable. She also received a scholarship to study chemical engineering at Northwestern University, which she could attend only for one semester, after which she dropped out to pursue modeling as a full-time career. She initially worked under Victor Skrebneski, a photographer based in Chicago, after which in 1986 she shifted her base to New York City and started a contract with Elite New York Modeling Agency. With luck comes responsibility. What happened afterwards? What did she do to gain such immense success? Stay tuned to check if your guesses are right. With her striking resemblance to the late fashion model Gia Carangi, she secured tons of work and immense popularity. The biggest turning point and opportunity in her career came when she was chosen to be featured on the cover of the popular magazine Vogue for the 1986 issue. Her upper lip had a birthmark above it, and it was not concealed, which set a new change in the fashion industry, and many claimed it as the new beautiful. Her personality, calm demeanor, and impressive physique earned her great appeal from the opposite gender. Crawford was also the first modern fashion model to appear nude in the 1988 July version of Playboy, a men's magazine. She hosted The House of Style from 1989 to 1995, which was a fashion television show whose viewers were 50% male audience. She became internationally recognized as she signed a 4-year multi-million-dollar contract with Revlon. Following this, she was featured on the cover of British Vogue January 1990 edition with many fellow models like Christy Turlington and Naomi Campbell. The same group of models were chosen to appear together for another event, which was a music video of the singer George Michael, again as the ensemble gained great amounts of attention. Another important event in her life was when she received a standing ovation from the audience when Versace hired her, along with some fellow models, to do the runway walk at his couture show in 1991. This was a rare incident. It gained her the title of a supermodel, and she was known and recognized by fashion professionals by her first name thereafter. She also had an important event in her life later that year. She got married to Richard Gere, but the marriage did not last long as they divorced in 1995. Afterwards, she married Randy Gerber, businessman and former model, in 1998. The pair has 2 children, son Presley Walker Gerber and daughter Kaia Jordan Gerber. Kaia also has a flourishing modeling career, which we will be exploring in detail later. She quickly made a reputation for being known for her business-savvy attitude. She was one of the first models to shift to many ventures other than modeling. In 1992, she started her own production company, Crawdaddy Inc., which was made solely to manage her career. She also started making fitness videos, which sold millions of copies. The supermodel era faded in the late 1990s. She posed for Playboy again in 1998 with the intention of promoting her television show Sex with Cindy. After partnering with Revlon for more than a decade, it was cancelled and she retired from modeling in 2000. Following her mom's footsteps is Miss Kaia Gerber. Why is she famous? Is she really talented, or is it pure nepotism? Watch till the end to unravel the mystery. Kaia, similar to her mother, started modeling at a young age and has a very successful career now just at the age of 22. She did have an advantage over other aspiring contenders, very much due to her mother's influence in the fashion industry. Born on 3rd September 2001 in Los Angeles, Kaia sure was meant to be a star from the beginning. Her elder brother Presley is a model as well. She has a mixed descent and heritage. She did her first modeling assignment at the age of 10 for Young Versace, which was Versace's junior line. Due to her modeling commitments, she never went to offline school like regular kids, but did it online. Along with modeling, she has also tried her hand at acting. Her debut role was as the young Carolina at the age of 15 in Sister Cities. Her first runway was at the age of 16 for Calvin Klein, and this followed with her walking for many such fashion brands, some of which were Marc Jacobs, Burberry, Alexander Wang, Coach, Prada, Chanel, and many more. Her first appearance with her mother Cindy was for Versace in the year 2018 for the Spring Fashion Week. She has bagged cover pages of many top fashion magazines like the Love magazine, ID, Teen Vogue, and Pop magazine, etc. Internationally, she has again been on the covers of editions of many magazines like Vogue, comprising of Vogue Paris, Vogue Japan, Vogue Italia, Vogue British, Vogue India, Vogue China, and Vogue magazine. Again, she was seen making an appearance alongside her mother in 2016 for the book edition of Vogue Netherlands. She made appearances in years 2016 and 2017 for the Miu Miu eyewear campaign and the Omega campaign, both for which she was accompanied by her mother. 2018 was definitely a lucky year for her as it gave her loads of work. She was featured in campaigns of Versace, Calvin Klein, and Saint Laurent. She also led Marc Jacobs' campaign for the fragrance Daisy. She appeared in many campaigns in the later years as well. She starred in a Louis Vuitton advertising campaign in 2020 photographed by Craig McDean. The 10th season of American Horror Story saw Gerber as a cast member, and the same applies for its spin-off American Horror Stories. Her first cover page for the American Vogue came to life in June 2021, and a subsequent feature in September as well. What were the odds that Kaia chose this field due to her mother's prominent presence in it? Is it only due to that, or do some other factors also lie in it? What are the odds that children follow the footsteps of their parents? There has even been research and studies regarding the same. Facebook has put together some data through which we'll find out some interesting answers below. A giant sample of around 5.6 million parent-child pairs were taken and analyzed. The results showed that there were great chances of sons following their father's profession and daughters following their moms. There were actually not many daughter-father or son-mother relationships like the above. Some examples include that mothers who are nurses will probably have daughters who have a 3.75 more chance of being a nurse themselves. Also, fathers who work in areas like fishing, forestry, etc. will probably have sons who will follow in their footsteps about 7.6 more times than an average rate of children following their parents' footsteps. Kaia sure did get a lot of work solely due to her mother's recommendations, some might say. She has had a clear advantage as well, but it would be suffice to say that she did justice to the opportunity provided for sure. She made a place for her in the fashion industry and continues to do so now as well. Her mother is seen constantly supporting her through all kinds of ways. She will definitely have a more successful career than her mom due to her social media presence and familiarity with the industry. Turn on your notifications and share the video with your friends who would like to know the developments in the family's lives. Stay tuned for more videos.